Alright, hello everybody, I am Conquering History Games, and welcome to part 2 of my Hoover's third term livestream campaign series here in Hearts of Iron 4 Kaiserredux. So where we last left off, Herbert Hoover was officially the savior of America, will work in the long term on building churches to his glory, and slowly replacing all iconography of Jesus Christ with Herbert Hoover. But for right now, we still got a lot of problems that we're dealing with. We got the Black Monday stuff, and like the Great Depression at this point has basically been going for 12 years. So let's do the German thing, and I think that is going to let us access this middle point of the tree, maybe. Yep, there we go. So we can now do the House of Un-American Activities, also known as the House of Un-Hoover Activities, and do this middle stuff and make our way down to Hoover's America. Oh, there's X-Fifth. So we're going to at least try to get Hoover's America done today. It's probably going to be a bit of a short stream, so I can't guarantee that there's going to be more. Hi, William Blowers. Good to see you again. Yeah, looking forward to doing that. So for the longest time... Gosh, Bob Shaggett. I forgot to fill up my water bottle there. Yeah, it's Hoover. It's Hooverismo hours, people. Okay. And we were gonna listen to some jazz. So I just wanted to set up a poll. We're gonna either do some Dave Brubeck, or we're gonna do John Coltrane. Okay. Well, I'm trying to set up the poll here. What is going on here? I don't know. Okay. All right. So yeah, I'll let y'all vote on that for a little bit. Hold on, somebody asked me a question. Hi there, J-Dog. In late. Been looking into the Italian usage of MAS torpedo boats in World War I. Buddy of mine is more interested in frogmen. What are your thoughts? I think the Italian frogmen didn't show up until World War II or a little bit before in the 1930s, but admittedly, I'm not an expert in the subject. I know they're Charles B. Cute profile picture. How does Hoover get rid of the Depression? Just every man a pot, every pot a chicken, and returning to normalcy, fighting poverty, the Hoover way, the Hoover Hardline way. But yeah, we've just been doing like a series of things. We've been balancing the budget. We've been doing a little bit of stimulus. Right now, we're just kind of we're reestablishing relations with Germany because we had lost access to the European market. And so now it's time for the House of Un-Hoover Activities. Woo! Tight poll. It's totally even right now, 50-50. So if everybody can get in there, vote please. For the longest time, Hoover has let radicals run across America. However, Republicans and Democrats in the House of Representatives have finally had enough, and under the leadership of Republican J. Parnell Thomas, they have done something about it. Along with the support of Democratic colleges, such as it's probably supposed to say colleagues, such as Martin Dies Jr., these Republicans have begun to investigate what they and the committees see as radicals across America, investigating the SPA, ODP, and AFP. Some of the more fervent supporters of Thomas are calling for an investigation of both the military and Hollywood as well. So this is going to increase the popularity of paternal autocracy, social conservatism, market liberalism, and social liberalism, and reduce the popularity of everything that's not that. But we're also going to lose stability, and we're also going to lose 150 political power. Let's see here. Let's see. All right. Drink, family, games, and guns. That's how I get rid of depression. All right. Well, I think there's at least 6 of you who have not voted. There's a slight lead by one of the 2 choices right now, but could definitely be overcome. Huh, it feels like it's running a little slow. The game. Formation of the House of Un-Hoover activities. It has been proposed the Congress create a committee dedicated to dealing with the subversive elements within our society. That those that fought against the government, the committee shall be known as the House of Un-Hoover Activities Committee and be dedicated to stamping out traitors to America. How some within the government question its reach in regard to it being unconstitutional. What shall we do? We're definitely going to form it. And cool, we just get rebated 100 political power right there, and it's basically going to it's going to completely destroy the Progressive Party under George Norris right now. Yeah. Of course, we're going to lose another 10% stability, but we're in the positives for once. Okay, I think everybody who's gonna vote has voted. Hey, the Yankees won, defeated the Giants in 4-1 to get their 6th championship. Congratulations, everybody. Okay. Does not forming it bypass all the focuses? That's a good question. Guess we'll never know. Doesn't say here, though. Focus will cancel if stuff's not met. I don't know. Alright, so we're going to pull up some Dave Brubeck. We're going to put on a totally classic album of his. Hold on a sec. Oops. We're going to pull up his album Time Out, which has a couple of songs that even if you're not a jazz head, so to speak, you're going to recognize a couple of these. Oh, shoot. Here we go. Little pro tip for anybody who's ever uploading full albums. I'm gonna click the, and like, like for example, right now I was just typing in Dave Brubeck Time Out full album. I'm gonna always take the one that has the timestamps of the songs in it. So we're gonna start with Blue Rondo a la Turk, which this is one of the 2 songs on the album I think people will recognize. It's just one of those tunes. And of course, let me know if it's too loud. All right. When is Hoover going to liberate China from Japanese oppression? Well, we got to fix the economy first, but we know that Hoover loves China. Let's see here. Time for a bit of a Molotov cocktail. CSG, you're a bit more familiar with Marxist thinking than me. Could the role of worker and proletarian be ascribed to soldiers? That's a debated thing in my understanding of Marxist thought. I've actually probably read a lot less Marxist writing than people assume I have. There's people who look at the work. There's some people who say, well, the soldier is another victim in Marxist thought. They'll say, oh, the soldier is a tool of oppressive government and should be killed accordingly. But others see, it's my understanding that most Marxists see soldiers as victims. In the United States in the 1800s, there were cases of, during strikes and other labor movements, where soldiers would desert. They would be the strikers or whoever would make appeals to them, you're just a worker in a different type of uniform. And then there's the really famous song which it's hard getting the melody in my head right now because a different song is playing, but not the International. Yeah, the International unites the human race, where there's that line about if the generals keep on trying to sacrifice us to their crimes, we'll shoot the generals on our own side. So yeah, that's kind of my amateur one. No, it's not whose side are you on. Yeah. So the Thomas Committee pushed by conservative Republicans and Democrats. We're investigating alleged disloyal and subversive activities on the part of private citizens, public employees, and those organizations suspected of foreign or syndicalist ties. All right. Nice, 100 political power and some stability. Okay, somebody saying, J-Dog, CHGG, I was reading something on open primaries from non-party members allowed to vote. What do you think of it? Well, that's open primaries are what I've known my entire life because I've spent most of my life living in Texas, and we've always had open primaries. It's contentious. I will not say my personal point of view on it, of course, but there's some people who like it because, for example, so I spent most of my life living in El Paso, which is allegedly a mostly Democratic, city is what I meant to say. The voting rolls, like who actually, it's one of those things, like El Paso's, it's kind of an interesting thing, and probably somebody should study the phenomenon of it, but like El Paso is allegedly a Democratic town. Like if you do polls, and we all know that, the polls are fucked, yeah, whatever. But when you look at the data, El Paso is on paper a very Democratic city, as most cities are. But the voter turnout is so low that Republicans are voted to city and state and federal offices kind of regularly. Like we've had Republican mayors, we've had Republican congressmen, etc., etc. But a lot of the times the Republican Party will not run anybody in for certain offices. They just don't bother. Because there's people who will vote straight ticket, and then the lower offices they can't really break through. Like it's kind of one of those things where it's like if nobody, like what, really nobody could just like go and fill out the paperwork downtown, just fuck it, try to run anyway. But anyway, so you'll have these cases where if you want to vote for local offices, you have to vote for the Democratic primary. Because that's the actual election, because then nobody's going to actually be opposing them in November, so you have to vote in the Democratic primary. I have a friend who's a Republican who he crossed over to the Democratic ballot one year because actually we all voted Democratic for that particular primary that year because one of my friends, his uncle was running for office, and so like, yeah, we'll all vote for him. So we all voted that, including, like I said, at least one friend who was a Republican. The open primary lets you vote for your local officials when one party doesn't. But then you know what? I don't actually. Why am I even talking about this? We're getting dragged too much into the weeds of modern politics here. Let's see here. Hold on, let's see. I'm a bit torn. It's a better way to get populists, people who want to help the population elected. On the other hand, it could lead to shenanigans, which I feel is silly. I mean, you hear about that trucker who went to New Jersey and spent only $6 and was just the fine to run. Right, so that run actually was really interesting. I don't live in New Jersey, so of course I wasn't following that race. But I heard about it, and I looked into it later. And it's my understanding that what that race was really about was the Democratic Party, because the guy who won was a Republican, was the Democratic Party was turning on the incumbent because they were pissed about some legislation he had passed. So yeah, that was one of the things with that New Jersey race that was going on there. It wasn't just like the Republican candidate being populist. It was about the Democratic Party infrastructure turning on their elected guy. Okay, let's get back to this. The House of Un-American Activities has begun to investigate the old Democratic Party and are using D.C. Stevenson as the poster child for this investigation. J. Edgar Hoover has alerted Parnell Thomas and the House of Un-Hoover Activities that he has evidence of Indiana Klan leader Stevenson's corruption, which includes him and his circle engaging in alcoholism, drugs, intimidation, relations with minors, sexual assault, and murder. The committee's conclusion is... okay, so... because we're going hardline, we probably want to side with whatever Hoover says. We could arrest him. We could arrest him and use him to discredit the ODP. Or we could arrest him and then actually actively go after the rest of the party. Well, we're instituting we're creating a new paradigm in American politics here. It's going to be market liberalism with Herbert Hoover characteristics. So we're going to maybe be doing things like, oh, that's paternal autocracy. Oh, that's like a military junta. Oh, the FBI is running the country. Wah, wah, wah. No, this is what the people elected. They wanted Hoover. They wanted centrist democracy under Herbert Hoover. And we will arrest or kill or discredit anybody who fights against this. Because this is what the people wanted. And I just don't think there's any argument against that. Anyway. Could you see Hearts of Iron 4 adding an airplane desire with the next DLC? Sure, why not? It probably wouldn't be hard to program in. Oh, you just know people would be having fun with their flying fortresses. You know, like you know, the ball turret, the wing turrets, but like people would go beyond. People are gonna be slapping like 15 turrets on an airplane. Anyway, so we're just gonna go all the way in here. So this is actually gonna cost us stability to do this, but frankly, we're used to it by now. We're gonna arrest Stevenson. We're gonna go after everybody, and so that's gonna drop the popularity of the other parties a combined, let's see, 14, 17, 18.5%. For what? 5% stability? Yeah. Paternal autocracy is the finest of democracy. Daddy hears all his children. Exactly. All right, next up, Socialist Party was founded in 1901. There was repression, blah, blah, blah. Failure in 32. Second defeat. Violence of the CSA has led questions about the continued existence of the SPA. So, yeah, this is going to basically destroy the far left in the country with minus 25% happening to each of them when none of them are, what, like maybe 14%? Yeah, it's, we're clenching down. Alright. Hello there, Purple Phoenix. Hold on, I need to, hold on, I need to do a couple of things. There we go. Sorry about that. Okay, that was weird. But yeah, I wanted to pull up the album because I like having that displayed. Are you guys enjoying the album so far? The track we're listening to right now is Strange Meadowlark. Like the Bob Dylan lyric. No, not quite. Yeah, voice like a meadowlark. Trying to get the frickin' album cover here somewhere. Here we go. Alright. Dave Brubeck, time out. Oops, misspelled that. Alright, now add an image. Dave Brew. Okay. Jazz album cover. Here we go. So this is what we're listening to right now. We already listened to Blue Rondo à la Turque, but the big song of this other big song of this album is Take 5, which is another one I think you guys will recognize when you hear it. Okay. Back to the game, shall we? Hi there, Hugh Todd. Alright, any word on Red Flood? A buddy of mine's been frustrated with the lack of updates. He introduced me to the mod, so I thought who'd know more than you. I actually don't keep up with it. There's so many mods out there these days. It's kind of impossible to keep track of all of them, so I'm trying to focus in on just a few. But as far as I'm aware, there's no dang, I can't trade for anything. I don't have any factories. I have not heard anything in particular. Excuse me. Research. We wanted to research here. A little bit ahead of time, but screw it. That's also ahead of time. Actually, we're taking too much stuff ahead of time, I feel. I think signal companies will be nice to have later. Yeah. I want to also already be thinking about if we end up going after Japan or something, we're gonna need to be taking care of some naval issues. Destroyer, cruiser, destroyer, magnetic detector. What do we got here? Damage control, mine warfare. Last Italy standing. Amphibious tanks? I've never built an amphibious tank division, actually. Ever. Believe it or not. Believe it or not, George is not home. What are your favorite mods? For me, it's Kaiserreich, Equestria at War, maybe Old World Blues, seem to be the only consistently good ones. Well, obviously Kaiserreich is in there. Oh, Socialist Victory in Russia. Who called that last time that they were going to flip? Yep, they've gone Social Democrat. Look at that, 25% each of the 4 left parties. With the Social Democrats holding the leash. Here we go. You guys are gonna recognize this track. Turn it up a little bit. This is called Take 5. Okay. But Equestria at War is the best total conversion mod. I've never seen or even heard of anything better than that. You know, red, you know, there's some mods that get crazy out there, but they actually are, there is some good design mostly in them. You know, Red Flood's fun, Kaiserredux fun. I tried Balefire Blues once. I really should go back to it sometime. I kind of feel like that's a mini mod because it's a small map. Führerreich was really great. I think I did like 6 campaigns of that in like 2 months when it was coming out. Yeah, you know, but the thing is, there's often ones that, you know, I'll check them out and I haven't seen them in a while, so I don't know where they're at now. Okay, time to investigate William Z. Foster and the Socialist Party of America. So it looks like the same premise where we could just arrest the leader, or we could arrest and discredit, or arrest and go after everybody. We're going hardline, so yeah, we're gonna arrest Foster. We're gonna go after the entirety of the far left. Actually, there's no reason to do this, I think, because everybody's already at 0%. So doing this would only be for roleplay reasons. So there's actually no reason to not just arrest Foster for stability. So I'm gonna ask. Let's see. Hold on, let's see. I'm gonna ask you guys what you want me to do. Because it would strictly be roleplay. Fewer Mike's a dead mod, to be honest with you. We see, that's the thing. I don't know. I haven't caught up with. I don't know what's still going, what's not. I was hearing about. I just heard, I think today, about like this Victoria 2 mod, and it's already a dead mod. Apparently, it was like a thing a couple years ago, but it's a dead mod. Like the developers have already said, like, you know, don't ask us about this. It's through. But there's a few of them out there, so I don't know. I don't remember which one exactly it was. But yeah, vote quickly, please. One of the things I really remember from, I'm just kind of vamping while y'all vote. One of the things I really remember from when I was playing Führerreich is I remember I did that Mexico campaign, and I was doing the Quetzalcoatl political party. run, and somebody had told me, hey, did you know that there's an anime with Quetzalcoatl in it? And they sent me a picture of, I think it was that Dragon Maid. It was one of those lesbian bait shows that studio always makes. I said, that's a good studio, though. I haven't seen Dragon Maid, but anyway, yeah, so the character of Quetzalcoatl, she's just like this blonde with enormous titties and a tank top, and like seems like she's sleepy all the time. Anyway, so I slapped her on the thumbnail as a joke. And everybody was accusing me, like, you're a fucking clickbaiter, you're a fucking clickbaiter, CHG. And like the thing was, I was running, I think, 5 different campaigns at the time, because I was doing Mexico, I was doing the United Kingdom, which was super fun. That was one of my favorite campaigns ever. Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, Fate Grand Order. Somebody brought up Fate later, and then I also added that to the thumbnail. But I was doing Germany, I was doing the Ottomans, and Mexico was easily getting the fewest amount of views, because I'm saying, like, you know, putting anime in the thumbnails, that's anti-clickbait. People don't click on when I do that. It's not enough to be soft Hooverian. There could be no half measures. Only through Hoover's vision can America not only survive and be free, but overcome all future troubles. That means all foes. That's the right attitude. Okay, so it looks like you guys want me to do the role play. Fine by me. But again, I just want to reiterate, Progressive Party and all 3 branches of the Socialist Party are at 0%. So we are just taking a 5% stability hit for no reason. But it works with the roleplay for Hardline Hoover, so I approve. I would have approved either way. Alright, investigate the America First Party. From Louisiana through the Prairie States. So this is where we're going to be going after the authoritarian Democrats. Paternal autocracy is going to keep getting stronger. Yeah, I'm noticing that they're up to 21% there. The American First Party is actually already dead. But yeah. But we got to go through with this. But I happen to know something fun that's going to happen by the end of this campaign, which I think you guys are really gonna like. Carrier fighters, was the carrier naval bombers? That's what I'm missing, right? Yeah, that's fine. Alright, this track is called 3 to Get Ready. But yeah, I think it was in Führerreich, or was it Age of Imperialism? No, I'm pretty sure it was Führerreich, where that was, I think, the closest I ever got to a world conquest run. Actually, that's not true. I did a German world conquest run of Vanilla Hearts of Iron 4 so long ago when the channel was first getting started. If I remember correctly, Uruguay was the final nation that I beat with divisions of mouse tanks that I had created. I also remember that I was doing heavy tanks, and everybody's going, "Cooking history games, heavy tanks are bad," and I made just 2 divisions of them, and it was just, they were just like a hot knife through brother. I could just click, and they would just walk right through everything. So I think I had like a steady line against the Soviet Union or something, and then I just went, go to Petrograd, and they just went right on up. Red Flood 1 state run, what is that? Come on, let's get going. I really feel like the game is running a little slower, and I was playing earlier, I was doing some pre-recorded stuff, but it feels like it's running slow. It's probably just because I'm using OBS. It's taxing the CPU to do it at the same time. Go. Alright, MacArthur's all ready to go. Although maybe I shouldn't have done that, because I think that we could boot out MacArthur. Let's see. I'm gonna actually get a poll going on that right now. Let's see. Red Flood. Oh, speaking of the devil. Red Flood is a gripping impressionist tale about a love story between 2 young individuals in a divided country. But what is most interesting is the setting of the story. The novel takes place in an alternate timeline where the Russians earned a Pyrrhic victory in the Russo-Japanese War. This leads to a change of events that results in a world war where France falls to Germany as the Germanic homelands back east are engulfed by revolution, falling to a syndicalist regime. The French are not able to seize on this opportunity of weakness as they themselves are toppled by surrealist and avant-garde forces as the army mutinies and French normalcy collapses overnight. Meanwhile, Russia is thrown into chaos as Kolchak seizes power, supported by the Black Hundreds, creating a totalitarian, ultra-nationalistic dictatorship with a loose grip on the many territories outside of Moscow's reach. Europe is soon embroiled into war once more, and Lithuania becomes the front line of the Eastern Front, a bloodbath between Germans and Russians where even the strongest men perish and die in minutes. The end of the novel hints at a possible Russian breakthrough, as well as a naval invasion by an ambitious British Empire. The book has been criticized for horrid descriptions of cruelty and war crimes, but Cienist defends his tale, saying that something like this could have happened in another universe. The mad ravings of a starving artist, nothing more. Anyway, so I think that we can purge MacArthur. So the question is it's how do we want to treat MacArthur? He's the guy who helped secure America for us, or we need to say, hey, this is civilian rule. The civilians elected me, not you. You are an American Caesar, and you will be found guilty of your crimes. Alright, so we're investigating AFP and Pelly. Alright, you guys already voted for the roleplay, so we're gonna, once again, this is, oh, actually, this is gonna be useful, so, yeah, we're gonna do this to everybody. Investigate America first. We're gonna use Dudley Pelly as the poster child. We're gonna tie Pelly to the Imperial German government. Interesting. So we will arrest him, and, once again, this hurts everybody but us. So if we look here, up to 41% popularity. That military junta, though, which is led by MacArthur, is still there. Oh, a perfect 50-50 on the vote. Very interesting. Come on, everybody, get in there and vote. We're not going to investigate the military right away, so I can give you guys time to vote. Let's come over here and investigate Hollywood first. Hollywood is a very Republican institution. It is perhaps necessary to launch an investigation into their conduct. We've grown suspicious of Hollywood due to the amount of movies produced over the past decades that appear very sympathetic to pro-Marxist and pro-syndicalist thought. All glory belongs to Hoover. To suggest even accomplishing a tenth of the thing Hoover has is not only absurd, but the greatest of sacrilege. Not even Washington could compare. Haywood's dead. So now there's just a central committee that's in charge of the radical socialists. Not that it matters, because they are non-existent at this point. Track we're listening to now is Kaisers Waltz. All right, well, we've got more votes than there are people, so it looks like we are going to try to purge MacArthur. Probably will make a save file before I do that, in case that ends up upending the game. Or then maybe we could just go into the Senate here. No, victory in the Civil War, yeah. I don't know. It's simple, Hoover has the better hat. Yeah, it's simple. We, I forget, is the foreign policy tree open yet? Was it? No, it's not, because we're not yet back in business. Oh, actually, we could have been opening that up, because we need to start building an army. That's something we got to do anyway, so, yeah, let's just see how much we can do. Not much, it turns out. So do we still have Smedley Butler and everybody because nobody broke away? Oh, wow, we do. Yeah, we've got Bradley, we've got Eisenhower. Oh, yes. Good stuff. I think then we need to go ahead and get Eisenhower in charge, actually. The right-hand man. Emergency Congress of the Socialist Party. Factional differences, it's being changed. We're dropping revolutionary language in favor of a reformist tone. Yeah, Jack Reed is now officially running it. Does not matter. Good old Friedrich Hall. Cautious organizer. He's an armor officer. Okay. We'll probably make him our tank guy. Unable to promote? Probably because I don't have the power or whatever. Let's see. MacArthur questioned the supreme glory of Hoover's hat. Quickly, shoot him before he spouts any more toxic lies. Alright, investigating Hollywood. So I think this is just another thing where it's like, how deep are we going in on everybody? Ooh, if we go after these communard and syndicalist forces, though, that's going to hurt me. So we might just go after the Screen Actors Guild, but then that's not going to do anything. So we can get social liberals down 6%. This mostly is going to be hurting me, I think. But... the Authoritarian Tactics Committee are a direct attack on democracy. We're just going in on them. We're just gonna do it. We're doing it. Purge them. And we're in negative stability again. Yeah, it's Hardline Hoover. He earns the name. So, you guys voted on the MacArthur thing, so we're going to go ahead and start this. This is going to hurt the paternal autocrats by 25%, which is good, because they're getting awfully big for their britches. Oh, yeah, and we're going to get Democracy Reborn soon, which is going to grant us weekly stability. Very, very nice, yeah. There will be a light at the end of the tunnel. I think we're not going to really be able to get rid of these doggone social conservatives. But it's okay, as long as the Republicans are the party of popularity. They will be. They will be. I think we're going to do heavy fighters. Yeah, I haven't done heavy fighters in a long time. Long time. Long time. Oh, Amelia Earhart circumvented the globe. Good for America and good for me. This track's called Everybody Jumpin'. Oh, the Great Caucasus State joined with Reichspakt. So, is there a dockyard here? Okay, no, they're not able to get help. 10 men that shook my wife. What? Oh my god, what the hell? Following a celebration party at her home following her husband's elevation to chairman of the Socialist Party of America. I don't think this is real. I think that this is a playoff of the 10 days that shook the world. Louise Brighton, in a drunken spiel to a reporter she was with, claims to have been having an affair with at least 10 of the most influential syndicalist intellectuals of our time. In great detail, Bryant spoke of her trias with Eugene O'Neill, Andrew Dasberg, William C. Bullitt Jr., Al Capone, Eugene V. Debs, Alexander Berkman, Emma Goldstein, Alexander Berkman and Emma Goldstein together, so had a threesome, Norman Thomas, and during the Russian Civil War, Lavrentia Beria, Leon Trotsky, and even Georgy Zhukov. Attempts to reach out to these individuals have been met with silence thus far. Yeah, somebody's dialing up Leon Trotsky. But critics of Reed from both within and without the Socialist Party have used this as proof of the long-rumored status of Reed as a cuckold. Those critics within the Socialist Party say this is proof of Reed's slide into bourgeois tendencies, while those on the right use it as evidence of the degeneracy that follows in the wake of socialism. Either way, Reed's already weak public image has been completely shattered, even further reducing his and the Socialist Party's likelihood of ever winning any election again. How embarrassing. Why do I lose political power? That's gotta be a bug. What the fuck? Why do I lose that? But now, it is my understanding that he was in an open marriage. I'm pretty sure that this is meant to imply that, like, the FBI or somebody spread these rumors, or, you know, like, there's... but let me look into that. Let's try John Reed wife. But I think they were both sleeping with other people, which, like, I personally don't approve of, but, you know, if they were both consenting and into it, whatever. Oh, here we go. There's an article about their marriage. Let's see here. Love affair was notorious. I'm on something called historycooperative.org, but I'm seeing that the person is using citations, so I'm just going to go ahead and trust it. The movie Reds explores their relationship pretty well. They're sharing the means of reproduction. I thought Reds was... no, I'm thinking of Red Tails. Yeah, I'm just kind of... I'm unpausing, but I'm just scanning through this article. Alright. So this is... this article is going on a lot about when exactly they met. Like, did they meet in 1912? Did they meet in 1914? Did they meet in 1915? I'm kind of getting the sense that they met each other earlier, but didn't start dating until 1915. Okay. And of course, we're in 1938. Jack Reed had been dead for almost 20 years by this time in our actual timeline, but, yeah. Intellectual Center, We Parted, Diaries of Helen Walter. I'm not seeing much about their sex life. I don't know. But yeah, at least in the game, I'm sure that this is the FBI was planting something. Yeah. Oh my gosh, this article is so long. Doesn't say, yeah, it's like a... Hold on. The Boulder Dam has been completed. Nice, we got some infrastructure out west. Thomas Committee investigates the military and MacArthur. While Douglas MacArthur has been invaluable to Hoover and the executive branch in solving this crisis, many have called for an investigation into his actions. Doubt has been thrown on the military for their perceived loyalties to either clique leaders or possible external powers. The two generals the Thomas Committee has decided to go after General Douglas MacArthur along with General Smedley Butler. Outside of those two, the committee is moving swiftly to investigate the military as a whole for treason, along with allegiances to foreign powers and ideologies. Well, looks like we can't get Butler without getting MacArthur, so yeah, we're going to go in on them. So we're going to lose him as our field marshal and stuff, so that's what I'm saying. I shouldn't have spent that command power on him. So if we go after him, that'll hurt social conservatism by 10%, which is good, but it also hurts me by 10%. And minus 25% stability. We're doing Hardline Hoover, though. It's what the people want. Let's go ahead and finally do what can't happen here so we can start getting that weekly stability buff and dig ourselves out of this hole again. There are some principles... This is the savior Herbert Hoover's words. There are some principles that cannot be compromised. Either we shall have a society based upon ordered liberty and the initiative of the individual, or we shall have a planned society that means dictation no matter what you call it, or who does it. There's no halfway ground. They cannot be mixed. Okay. The shift in the focus of the committee is attacking Hollywood and the military, is inspired criticism. Many of Thomas's most powerful supporters have turned against him. Thomas is being called a drunk, corrupt, and crazy in the media for his actions. Most of all, he's receiving scathing criticism for the committee's investigation of the moving pictures industry and whatnot. So, okay, do we want to cut our losses now that we, let's see. Thomas question. So basically, do we want to support him or stay out? Do we want to support him or denounce him? So if we support him, remember this guy's a Democrat, I think. Remember, he's definitely, I think, a Democrat. Or do we want to denounce him as a madman? So it's like cut. Let's see, denounce and cut him off. Whoops. Denounce and cut off. You know, do we want to be Herbert Hoover, the hero who stopped the madman after he did all the things that we wanted him to do? Denounce and cut off, or support him? There we go. All right. Imagine this period of history, American history, being looked back on as a softer version of the Great Purge and derailed timeline Soviet Union. Parnell is a Republican. But is he a Hooverite? Does he believe in Hooverismo? William Blower says, it didn't count my vote. Well, what was your vote? Just say what it was and I'll add it to the count. Honor system. All right. Oh, you're saying support him. All right, let's get a couple more votes in. Oh, that's the end of the album. So, yeah, I hope you guys like that. But let's do some John Coltrane now. So this is a track that we're gonna be playing his album My Favorite Things. Let me pull that up. And the opening number is the melody. I think is going to be very, very familiar. This is definitely one of my favorite John Coltrane albums. Let me just pull up the album while you guys vote. Few of you haven't voted. I'm counting at least 8 of you that haven't voted. Okay. Close that. Close that. Plus image. Coltrane. Favorite things. Yeah, here we go. John Coltrane's My Favorite Things, which yeah, starts with an interesting little jazz cover. And I like jazz covers. Back when I used to work a lot of graveyards, I'd listen to NPR because they just play jazz all night long, and there was no commercials. So they would do do this segment in the middle of the night for like an hour. They would do jazz covers of pop songs, but I was getting so fucking mad. And the guy I worked with too was like, we were just like, what the fuck, is this a joke? They would constantly do this cover of, I think the song was that Hotline Bling song, and it was just this annoying trumpet going. Do it every single night. Anyway, I think nobody else is voting, it seems like. So we're just gonna go ahead and end the poll. And looks like 2/3 of you want me to denounce him. I denounce Thomas and Parnell and his entire committee. He's a madman. And that's going to cut into the social conservatives real nice. So yes, we're at 50% popularity now for the Republican Party, specifically the Hooverite, the Hooverismo branch of it. But yeah, obviously this song is a cover of, you know, when the dog bites, when the bee sings, you know. Let's see here. You know, from Sound of Music. Again, it feels like the Oh no, we're freezing. Don't crash on me. What's happening? Okay. Oh no, the Argentinian War is just finally over. Patagonia pulled it off. Better late than never. But it's going to be interesting to see what they do because they have lots of branches they can take. And actually, this is a Kaiserredux, so they might have even more. Was this Fonte's coup? Comrade Fonte seizes control over Patagonia. You see, that's not in regular Kaiserreich. But even vanilla Kaiserreich has so many paths, as you can see here, that they could do. Oh man, it really does feel though like we're slowing down here. Things. Come on, kick it into gear. All right. Meanwhile, yeah. So let's try to get more of these divisions out. So we still don't have that many in the field. Just a disgusting economy going on right now. We need to pick a new field marshal. Probably should be Eisenhower, yeah? Because it doesn't seem like we can promote him. Yeah, is he just non-promotable? The game won't let me do it, or oh no, you see this is allowed 20 command power, but then why can't I do it with Eisenhower? Like, why can't I do it? Unable to promote. Oh, okay. It's just that I'm short on the political power. That's all. We could set up a world where Patton is field marshal instead of Eisenhower, and Eisenhower's under him. Fonte's the bandit path, raping and pillaging his way across South America. Right. So I had to like let you through the filter because I'm pretty sure you got filtered for saying raping. Just as a heads up, Nicholas. I don't know, we might, there goes Burgos. We might promote Chaffee here as our armor commander. Well, Eisenhower is pretty good, though. They're both good. They both got their strengths. And you know what? Eisenhower is, though he was MacArthur's right-hand man in this universe. There was no other way to say it. No, I understand. I understand. You know, I let you through the filter. I understood. I understood the context. What is this? Immigration? I didn't even see this before. Oh, okay. Well, I'm noticing on the left here, this is going to help with my market liberalism popularity, so we'll probably do that. But still, we need to at least finish up this tree out here. Gosh, we're going way out. Such a huge tree. In this cozy cottage. This is going to increase the social conservatives again, unfortunately. Have I ever done American Caesar? Oh yeah, when they did the major rework of America, I think 4 years ago now, I did every path and I completed it except for the Combined Syndicates of America. Well, I did do a Totalist run, but I kind of feel like that's separate from a Syndicalist / Radical Socialist run. But they've done some new things. They've like kind of added some nice little details in the interim period. So I would like to do a Syndicalist and or Radical Socialist campaign sometime, as I say, because it's the only one that I've never fully completed. And American Nations are probably my favorites to play in Kaiserreich. Although China's so great too. There's a lot of great stuff. You can pick even minor nations and have some fun. Usually, like you guys, like remember I did a Congo campaign, which I thought was really great. Nobody watched it. I'm kidding. There were thousands of people who watched it, but there were so many more people who watched my Dutch Südwest Africa campaign where nothing happens. And I say campaign, but it was just one episode. Have I done Al Capone and Kaiserredux? No, I have not. But I've already done Totalist CSA, so I feel like I shouldn't do a CSA campaign unless I'm going to do a proper vanilla one and, you know, go do some sort of long-term thing where I unite the Americas or I join the Third International or whatever. Want to do that sometime. Maybe July. More people to fawn at the perfection of Hoover. But yeah, I did American Caesar. Definitely. I did American Caesar. I did, the Pacific States, where I think I tried to have every single party get elected. I did, what else? Yeah, you can get Syndicalist Eleanor Roosevelt, provided New England's not around. But, yeah, the primaries and stuff are now much more complicated in the CSA. I've seen the charts. Have I done a Lovecraft run? No. People voted for ended up voting for me doing like a Lærmund run. I think because they're like, oh, everybody's done Lovecraft, do something different. Speak for the trees! And so I did. Actually, no, did I also do a Lovecraft run? Now I need to check. I need to check my own channel. You do so many campaigns over the years, you kind of forget what you have and haven't done. New England. Which did I do? Yeah, I did a 13 episode one recently. Where I united the united the country. What country would I recommend for a first time player? It's tough because the United States can be complicated. I'd say do something in South America usually. Argentina could be good, but you're going to have to fight a war early. But usually South America is good for observing because you can get involved in the larger wars around the world, but usually you don't, at least not right away. So if you're a first-time Kaiserreich player, it's a good to you could like play Peru or whatever, or Argentina, and you're just sort of seeing the events roll by, and you're getting a sense of, okay, how does the world work? Is it just me, or does Argentina always lose to Patagonia? It does seem to happen a fair amount, but you got to remember that Chile's on their side. They're getting help from the rest of the Third Internationale, which is powerful before the war with Germany starts because they're not at war with anybody, so they can send all the help they want. Wasn't it called Dankest Hour before switching to KX? I don't know, but also Paraguay sometimes gets involved fighting them. So they got a multi-front issue. Also, Patagonia's got very good generals. They've got the, all the exiled Russians like Zhukov and Tukhachevsky. As far as I know, Argentina doesn't have any generals that are that good. See, she says, a friend of mine is, William Blowers, is going to be running a cyberpunk game. I'm curious if you ever played the TRPG, if it was possible to have a pacifist character. I am not familiar with it. I think I have a friend who did play the tabletop game of it, and another friend who played the video game of it. But I really couldn't speak on it. I've not really ever played roleplay games like that, unless you count like Borderlands. But it was only this year that I ever even played Dungeons & Dragons for the first time, which I've been having a good time with. Having said that, I've been actually finally reading through the player's handbook front to back, and it turns out I've been making a lot of mistakes, an embarrassing amount, just like misunderstanding things, and it very nearly got my character killed the last session. So I've been, writing some stuff down, and I'm gonna really try to come at it in a better way. So, alright, finally, my country owes me nothing. It gave me, as it gave every boy and girl, a chance. It gave me schooling, independence of action, opportunity for service, and honor. Welcome to Hoover's America. So this is gonna this is gonna get rid of Hoover's legacy, finally. So we're gonna get some stability back, and we're gonna stop bleeding market liberal support. Paternal autocrats are gonna get crushed to minus 50%. Unfortunately, social conservatives are still getting that 8%, but market liberals were also gonna get an 8%, but, I think that, oh god, we're freezing up. What's happening? Don't crash. Don't crash. Don't crash. What's happening? What's happening? Oh, that's a big one, baby. Yeah. Austrian Empire established. What the heck is going on here with Poland? Poland's taking them all on! Good luck. Think about the Third International. Oh, by the way, hello, Luis David de Santa. The thing about the Third International is they start the game without many members, but the faction starts growing with the game and multiple revolutions around the world. Yeah. And the Commune and Union of Britain, they're not doing anything early on. They got nothing to do but send volunteers out. So they could, yeah, it could become a force multiplier. Alright. And then, of course, like when some revolutions win, then they can also send more volunteers to help people and things like that. So it stacks up. It stacks up with time. What was I was gonna say a second ago? Dang it, I lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, we need to pick our doggone field marshal. I guess we'll go with George Marshall. It's in the name, right? Although, politically connected, not a huge fan of that. Maitland Craig's just good for supply, but that's it. We might do Chafee. He's so expensive because he's got all this stuff, but I think he's gonna be worth it. Could go Hardy. He's worse on defense. No, Chafee's too good. Let's get him. Yeah. That's our man. Our armor man, anyway. I probably should actually have an armor army and an infantry army. You need heavy to occupy, but it's gonna be back on this channel. Somehow it feels like home. Oh, that's sweet. How's good Patton as a general field marshal? He's good. I don't think he has any negative effects. You see, yeah, the American. There's so many generals. You have to search them when you play America because they. You know, they're going to usually split off. But yeah, let's see. I think the only thing is that he's got Reckless, which hurts his, you know, he can get wounded semi-frequently. But yeah, he's got Trickster and Panzer Leader. Very good tanks. You know, starts with 5 on attack, and that's only going to grow. He's a very, very good general. Alright, we're on the second song. This one is called Every Time We Say Goodbye. A little less chipper, but fuck it. Turn this shit up, baby. Mm-hmm. 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 In Kaiser Redo, what's your favorite path to avoid the Civil War? Well, I don't want to say that I know them all. Which ones are they? I don't remember which ones can avoid it. Can Jack avoid the war, I think? Or no? You know what? I don't know enough to say, because there's just so many paths. Couldn't say. Alright, many have considered the United States a lost cause. Even the president himself had such thoughts with his victory in 1936. However, through the good and bad of Hoover's third term, he has guided the nation away from the cliff and saved American democracy, the Republic, and American society itself. Washington's politics is beginning to change as Hoover's popularity soars, and the paradigm of American politics is changing as many attempt to find their place in the new America. We thank you, Mr. Hoover. So 25 stability. Think of all the stability hits that I took before, and now freaking 85%. Did you agree with Vanilla Kaiserreich taking away the ability to avoid the U.S. Civil War? Absolutely, 100%. And I say that as somebody who my channel first got traction many years ago before the American rework, when I showed how you could avoid the Civil War. That was the first big video I ever did. I found it by accident. And then people figured, learned it from me. And then when they reworked it, I got like tens of thousands of views on that video too. But I think the American Civil War happening is way too important for how the world functions in the world of Kaiserreich that it absolutely needs to happen. And plus, it's just plain old fun. Yeah. And if you want to do an avoidance one, do this. Actually, can you do the Quentin Roosevelt one here? Oh, nice, nice. Okay. Past 3 terms have aged Hoover to such a degree the term of adornment used to the man is the grand old man. New portrait. We're popular president now. We're getting half a point of political power gain. Plus 5% resource gain efficiency, minus 10% consumer good factories, half a point of weekly stability, 5% factory output, plus 10% stability from being the grand old man. Daily, we're going to be getting more market level support and more... Dang it, that social conservative support is really annoying me, but it's centrism, I guess. Of course, we're still savior of America. Awesome. All right, future of the Democratic Party here. I'm not entirely sure what's supposed to be the difference here. Okay, I guess it's like, do we want to go progressive or not? I think we're going to do not, but Republican Party future. Yeah, there's just so much that's importantly needed with the American Civil War, the volunteers, the experience, the attaches, and all sorts of different things. Yeah, not a doubt in my mind it was the right call. So, ever since the Progressives split and Wilson's victory in 1912, the Republican Party has been on the losing side of American politics. Their best attempts to regain the White House have been met with failure. What? With Hoover's victory in 1928, however, there was a reversal in the party's fortunes. But there was Republican presidents before 1928. Anyway, after that election, the Republican Party once again began to lose favors. People turned against the party and blamed Hoover for the Depression in some cases. With his victories in 32 and 36, destabilizing the country once again, everyone, including President Hoover himself, thought that the Union was done. However, the Union was not done, and President Hoover, along with his supporters in the cabinet, Congress, and the military, were able to turn the crisis around. Now the question is, what will become of the Republican Party now? American centrism must be maintained, so this will increase the popularity of paternal autocrats. Social conservatives go way up, so do social democrats. Or we could say the American dream will be found. If you had chosen the harshest path, you could do one where every party is renamed the Republican Party. I thought that's what was supposed to happen. What did I do wrong? I'm seriously, that was what the climax here was supposed to be. Look, we're at 100% popularity right now, by the way, but what did I do wrong? Like a fine piece of art, seeing America not being broken away by the Civil War after so many playthroughs of the Civil War is something new. No, like, seriously though, what did I do wrong? I went all the way hardline on everything, didn't I? I went hardline, and freaking, you know, in this path guide, which is like not totally definitive, but this is the path that lets you rename every party to the Republican Party. That's what I was supposed to be going. You have to choose the American dream. Oh, okay, good. So the American dream will be found. Maybe it's for the homebrew path? No, it says it's supposed to specifically be for the hard one. But, damn it. I'm actually going to ask right now on the Discord. Although we're probably going to end the stream here. It was always going to be a short one today. I'm going to probably stream twice tomorrow, hopefully. At least once. We're going to see. It's because I got to help with a big thing tomorrow, so I don't know how long that's ultimately going to take. Let's see here. Give me a second here. All right. Okay, hold on a sec. I made the save file, so let's just like fast forward a little bit maybe and see if there's gonna be an event. Because that was the whole idea. It was gonna be ultimate Hooverismo. I'll do some like Mexican repatriation in the meantime or something, but hell yeah, we just split up all the dang popularity, and like I think we're still getting that thing where it's gonna creep up. Where is it? Yeah, emboldened FBI is hurting everybody else. But fate of the Socialist Party. Everybody's leaving and joining the Progressives. Damn. Fate of the old Democratic Party. The party leadership is joined the Republican Party. Wait a minute, is this it happening? Fate of the American First Party. They're joining the Progressive Party. Everybody's like jockeying for position right now. Fifth Party system founded. With Hoover's victory in the 32 and later 36 elections, you've seen a shift in American politics. The Democratic Party has survived since the age of Andrew Jackson, is slowly absorbed by the Republican Party. Oh yeah, look, they got renamed Republican Party. Many have attributed this to Hoover's tougher stance against the radicals across the United States. Such a stance was literally advocated for by the Democratic ticket of 1936. Hoover now finds himself in the center of a party shifting further right, and many of his former allies that got him the nomination to be the Republican candidate of 1936 cheer the grand old man and his great success. The new era of American politics seems like it will be dominated by a left-wing Progressive Party and right-wing Republican Party. So you add fifth party system. So everybody is getting more support but me. Oh, there. These guys went Republican. So, fifth party system. Lark and liberal support goes up. Doggone it. Let's see here. What's going on with chat? Nobody's speaking in chat for a while. Alright, in the Discord they're telling me it should happen soon. Slowly will become one party state, US of A, but we're just Republican Party LARPers. Oh my gosh, I'm seeing like even devs are not sure. That's great. I know it's a complicated mod. It's like a mishmash of so many, but oh, this is frustrating. Okay, in the meantime, let's see. Do you want to get an industry thing here or something else? You know what? Hold on. Tell you what. Give me a second here. We're about to end the stream here. I'm gonna mute for a moment. Let's see. Not even the devs. Damn, this feels like searching through the archives of a sunken city. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna load up and try the other thing. Somebody is saying that it might have had to do with the economy focuses I did, or like which economics I picked. So I don't remember if I did Curtis or what. Oh God, we crashed. Oh shit. The end of the stream. So we'll try to we'll try to take care of this in another stream. I don't know if I'm going to stream this tomorrow or something else, but thank you very much for joining me. I'm Conquering History Games. I hope you guys have a good weekend. And hopefully Hooverismo will endure. You know, at the end of the day, it looked like, well, we had like 5 different paths, 5 different parties that became Republican, so I guess it sort of worked out in the end. Anyway, drop a like on your way out, if you don't mind, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.